So next question, how are you or we planning to go about this? Which I think you've kind of answered.
Yeah, I suppose we've kind of answered that the process is sell the house, kind of pay off the debt, pay off the mortgage, and we're left with a surplus. And then we've already got a T5 transporter. That's kind of like, it's a weekend van, isn't it? We've done a week in it, but it's a weekend van, so we'll get rid of my car, and then we'll again live our parents, work our notice period, and then the plan is to live on the little van while we find a big van, and then start doing it up. And we found kind of a company that does like pet sitting, where we could potentially live on somebody's, go to their house while they're away and look after the house. So that's an idea. But yeah, at the moment it's just kind of like quite fluid, isn't it? And we'll see if that works. Hello. Hopefully you can hear me. Still got a bit of a cold, but van life waits for nobody. So today we are going to be fitting the windows. We think we've sorted the roof out with the layout. What are they called? The ruts. Unistruts. So we've got the unistruts, and we're pretty sure we've got a layout. So we just need to do a few more calculations before committing to it. But we're just going to plan the windows now and create the little frame and, start putting them in. So that's really exciting. Woohoo! So first off, here you'll see how the, this frame bit is attached to here, and that's to obviously make so it's not rattled and kind of firm it up, I believe. So we need to kind of disconnect that. Now, I've managed to do this one just with a Stanley knife, so I'm pretty sure I've got all the way through. Obviously not at the top, but we'll have to figure that out because we need to take these off first before we then can cut and measure up for the windows. Now, this was a pre-measure before we even bought the windows, and I can't even remember which size we went for. I don't know if it was the biggest one. But yeah, the windows are about 900 by 450. So yeah, and Stu is now just measuring up the wooden frame.
Yeah, could definitely do this much quicker with a table saw, but where's the fun in that?
Perfect.
Is it?
Perfect.
Gemma said it's perfect, so why change? So the frames fit, just need to pocket hole them together now. So now I'm just using this clamp, this 90-degree clamp, to line it up square. Like a glove. So there is one frame cut, and there's the other one cut. So cheesy. Right, so just show you what we're up to. The Crafter, and like most fans, has got these little sort of support bits of metal in between. So we're having to cut them out first of all using the multi-tool. So basically using a sheet of metal behind it just to protect the external. I've done the top one, so I've just taped it up so that when I cut the bottom one it doesn't fall on my head. One more cut to do this side and then it's on to the passenger side. So yeah, one half done. One half to go. Don't know what else to say. Knackered. Gemma's just cutting the it's like in this one a very thin foam backing. Essentially this stuff here. Careful. Right, so that took a bit longer than we thought, but we finally got the what do you call them? Supports?
Support struts, aren't they?
Yeah. So we've filed down some exposed edges, obviously some exposed metal, so we're just going to spray it with some extra primer, quick drying paint before we start templating it up and yeah, cutting the windows out finally. Okay, so we have drawn the position of the window from the inside. I hope it's level. It's so difficult to tell with the curves and... Yeah, all we can do is hope for the best. So what we're going to do now, going to mark off the drill points, drill holes from the inside, the pilot holes, and then we'll go outside and redraw around the holes, redraw the frame, and then we'll cut from the outside once we've masked up. I am absolutely bricking it, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know why, it's just a piece of metal, but get this wrong and it's a new door. But this is the reality of doing a self-build with absolutely no experience. Well, we've got a little bit of experience, but we are definitely not pros, so don't listen to us for advice. Just watch and learn from hopefully our success and not our mistakes. Here we go. Oh, and Gemma has protected the bottom of the van, so I think we're good to go.
He's very, very worried and he's procrastinating a lot. And we just need to drill now because, well, we've started, may as well finish.
You drew a heart in your breath on the window. I took you out with a long goodbye. I fell asleep on your side of the pillow to see what's on your mind. You can hang out with all my friends, sour lips and lemonade. Don't mind the mess you put me in, running out of my toothpaste. One more night, can you come over? We'll spend some time just getting closer. Can you come over? You can wear a shirt.
Still looks worried. Still freaking out. Look at the thought process, the brain, the bald spot. So he's cut 3 sides and he's double checking, triple checking. I don't know, what do you call like 10 million times checking the space to make sure it fits, but we've already cut it. We've already cut 3 times.
If you're going to do this, what I do recommend is a supportive wife. Because an unsupportive wife doesn't help.
Can you come over? We'll spend
window is cut.
So a hole has been cut, not quite big enough, which is better than it being too big, I suppose. But this is what we have. I think it looks fairly straight, at least. So I'm fairly happy. I'm sure we can make it work. And when the window's in, you won't see my not very straight lines.
So we kind of gave up a little bit last night. We tried the window and it didn't actually fit. So luckily the window was bigger than the hole that we'd made, and not the other way around, because then we wouldn't have been happy bunnies this morning. So Stu has just cut a bit more out, and now we're going to try the window again. What's the problem?
Still ain't big enough. Oh man. Yeah, so still not big enough. 1 to 2 mil short, I think. But it's not fun doing it with a jigsaw. But it's also too much to file. So yeah, cut a bit more, and then I think the second window, I don't know how to make it easier, but yeah. Okay, so the window now goes through the hole, and it was a bit of a tight squeeze, so I've filed a little bit. I don't think it's taken much off, but it will go through nice and tight, to be fair. And there's obviously a few gaps, not the straightest of lines, but you're not going to see it, so I need to get over any kind of perfectionism. Hopefully the second window will be easier. So I'm happy with it now. I'm happy it'll go through, and I'm now going to glue the, well, first of all, I've given it a deburr and a bit of a file down. I've sprayed it with some isopropyl alcohol, which is off Amazon, and I'm now going to give it a coat of Sika Primer 207, just around the edges. So I saw this tip somewhere, don't know where, but using cotton bud to apply it. Okay, so I've primed around the edge using the cotton bud, and now we're just going to try a brush just to go around the edge on the inside. Definitely some exposed metal here where the bits of rubber or whatever it was, sealant, was stuck to the side. So I'm just going to give that a bit of a coat just where the wood's going to go. So this time we've drawn our template on the inside. What we're going to do is just drill very small pilot holes in the very corners to give us our exact template on the outside, and then drill our pilot hole to get the blade in somewhere near the edge, and we'll just work our way through. Don't know why we didn't do that on the first time, but you know, it was late, so. But fingers crossed, this cut and fitting should go a lot quicker, so fingers crossed. So I've done the top and one of the sides, just come into the van and taped it up so that when we finish cutting, obviously it just doesn't drop out. So here we go, second window done, apart from corners. But, It's 7:30, and we're finally just Sikaflexing the wooden frames to go on the inside. And we're determined to get these in and let them set for a couple of hours before we go and eat, because we're absolutely starving. And then we'll see if we can get the windows done tonight, hopefully, so we can let them set overnight.
So we have started. We are currently putting the Sikaflex on the window. We're using what we're using, Sikaflex. So apparently it's Sikaflex Pro. Apparently it's what the professionals use. What did you say?
Courtesy of Justin.
Oh yeah, courtesy of Justin at the barn. Yeah, I think it's like
Sikatac Pro, that's it.
Sikatac Pro. Apparently it's the best stuff, so we've gone for this. Yeah, Justin had some left over, so he's kindly given it to us. Not lent us, because we can't give it back now, we squirted it out. That's what she said.
We made last call at the bar. They spoke to you in French and me in English. Well, I remember holding on and how we stayed up till the sun. Harvest Moon played on forever. Hey babe, it's alright. Everything.
So I'm hoping this will be alright. For first go, it's not too bad, but I feel like there is a slight gap that side. Also, there's quite a bit of sort of sicker the side which needs tidying up, but we've gone round as much as we can, but I think we need to kind of let it dry because we just keep smudging it, and then maybe sort of cut it off a bit. Hopefully we can clean it up nicely. And from the inside, it's all screwed in. So I think it should be watertight.
Oh man, so we did kind of stop filming because it became a bit of a stress after we put the first window in, which I'll let Stu explain. But ultimately, we're a week later and we've got both the windows in. So here's window 1, and if the door's unlocked, there's window 2. So it was a little bit of a stress last week. So we only filmed the one window being put in, but we've actually got both windows in now. You can see the other one. And it's been raining a lot over the last few days, and both windows are waterproof, which is amazing. But I'll let Stu explain why it's been a bit of a stressful time.
Yeah, so basically, all's well but ends well, but it was a bit of a stress, mainly because, so a few things we did wrong. I think basically we clamped this wooden frame that we'd built with loads of clamps all around, with the glue set on the other side, and we let that dry overnight. But what we did is we kind of ended up clamping it like so it was actually touching the metal, and what we've ended up doing really is kind of reshaping the metal a little bit, so when we've screwed the curved windows in, I don't know if you can tell on these ones, but is it the other side?
Yeah,
I think.
it's the other
Let's go the other side. So you might not be able to tell on here, but when we've basically put the windows in, which are the curved windows, you can almost see in the light where there's kind of like, it's kind of been screwed into the wood. So the metal frame for the window screws into the wood, which kind of helps clamp the window in place. And I don't know if you can see it in this light, but there are almost these kind of like little marks where we've bent the metal. But to be fair, you can't really see it. And the other issue we had was the Sikaflex. It's really messy stuff. It's the professional stuff. It's great. And like Gemma said, we haven't had any leaks, so perfect. But trying to keep it clean around these edges was a bit of a nightmare. And the other mistake we made actually was, so the windows came with a plastic wrap on them, which you kind of take off at the end. So there's a plastic wrap that goes over the screen, which you keep that on until the end, but there's also a plastic wrap around the edge of the frame. And what we should have done was take that off before we stuck it on, essentially, because the Sikaflex came out on the side and it's basically stuck to the plastic, which meant when we took the plastic off, we ended up ripping the plastic. And you can kind of see in these ridges here, there's little bits that still need tidying up. But essentially, I think that's literally bits of plastic where the Sikaflex is stuck to. Where the Sikaflex is stuck to. So we've given that kind of almost peeled effect. But you know what? Like, this is the thing I've learned is you kind of aim for perfection. And as long as you're okay with it not being perfect, it needs to be close. But if it's not perfect, it's absolutely fine. And like I say, from a distance, I don't think you can tell that much. Yeah. No. I'm not that bothered. And it looks a bit weird at the moment because there is some plastic on the inside, but we might as well leave that up for now because we've got a lot of work to do on the inside. So, and the other thing we haven't filmed, which we have done to the van, is, as you can see, these beautiful brand new alloys and tyres. So these wheels were actually fitted by Gemma's dad and a little bit of my dad. So the reason we kind of were stressing about the windows a little bit is because we were kind of finishing them off as our parents arrived to come and visit us. So it was a bit of a rush job, but our parents came in the morning, we finished up, did as much as we could, and then we went out for lunch, and then we come back, and they were still here for quite a while, and then the girls wanted to go for a walk. So Gemma's dad decided we want to do some more work on the van. He wants to help us, so he was like, let's put the wheels on then. So that was something we were going to do anyway. So yeah, Gemma's dad and my dad and me, mainly Gemma's dad, put the wheels on. Didn't film it because, well, you know, most people know how to put wheels on. These are 18-inch Riviera alloys in black, as you can see. And we have got the all-terrain tyres on there, which, yeah, we don't need, but they just look good. So that was our little treat to ourselves. Yeah, so we got these wheels from Busfest, which we went to a few weeks ago. So we thought these were a really good deal when comparing them to the Rogue alloys, but then when we came back, we realised we could have probably got some Rogue alloys for cheaper.
Only just cheaper.
Only just cheaper. But we're well happy with them. We saw these wheels on another crafter, so it was almost like we kind of had proof that they were going to look good. Hence why we decided to go through them. And we did get a bit of a deal on the day. So
yeah, we've got 5.
Yeah, and we have got 5 of them. We've got the spare. So the next job, or one of the next jobs, is to put the spare wheel holder on the back. But yeah, we'll do that in the next episode, and we'll tell you a bit more about that.
So that's it for this week. But next week we're going to be looking at the roof rack.
Yep.
And the electric system will be arriving. And so, yeah, that's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, can't wait for that.
Yeah, so that's the next instalment. So, yeah, have an amazing week, and whatever you're doing, stay adventurous.
Stay adventurous.
And we'll see you soon.
That's not our tagline, by the way.
Why is it not?
So cheesy.
I don't care.
Stay adventurous.
Stay adventurous.
Stay adventurous.
And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I think that's what's interesting is about this whole journey is we kind of made this decision without really having a plan.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, okay, we're gonna sell the house. We need to sell the house first before we can then pay off the remainder of the debt and buy a van and have the money to convert a van. So we need to be out of here. So yeah, we can live at our parents. Fortunately, we've got a good relationship with our parents and we can do that. But where our parents live, there certainly isn't the room to convert like a bigger van, a long wheelbase van. So we kind of like had this plan of maybe renting somewhere on Airbnb, but they're looking really expensive. And then it's kind of like, well, is there someone with some land or somewhere nearby we can go? And then that idea just came up the other day, didn't it? I don't know where it even came from, but found an online site where, as you say, people want house sitters, normally to look after pets, you know, farm animals and that. And at the moment, that seems like the perfect plan because there's no, you know, we don't get paid, but we don't have to pay either as well. So we've got that freedom, that land, and we, you know, we're perfect for them because we're not planning to like go travelling in that area. We're just somewhere to, I mean, we don't even need to sleep in their house. Essentially, we could sleep on the van. So
that's the rough
that's
idea.
That's the rough plan at the moment,
and we'll see what happens when
we
get to that point.
Comes to that point.